Hello everyone, one more video class starting. Native level of conversation, intermediate level. Hello, Barbara. Welcome back. Today you are a little bit better, so you're going to have your class and you're going to take part in our edition, yes, in our video class recording. So what are we going to do, okay, in this video class edition? The part 2, listening challenge, review of the vocabulary from the article about anxiety and about the scene that you described some editions ago, and debate. We're going to debate. I'm going to ask Barbara a question. She's going to tell her opinion. Barbara is going to ask you. You're going to ask me. Barbara will tell what she agrees or disagrees about what I say, and you two, the reply. Because that's the difference between interview and debate. Interview, you have your opinion. Okay, I have mine. That's right. When we debate, no, we reply each other. So you tell what you agree or disagree about what I said. Okay, so listening first. So certify that you have paper and pencils around because I'm going to start play a woman. Barbara, this woman is interesting for you. It's a very different accent because she is, you think that is a man, but not. Is a woman, but she has a very strong voice. And she's from East Europe. I don't know if it's from Russia or Ukraine, one or the other. Okay, so it's a very different accent. And she's going to talk about the real meaning of soul. You're going to hear just the first minute, but if you see and watch, if you hear, okay, according to the orientation that I have telling you, to hear English every day, 5 minutes to improve your listenability. And after you watch the first 5 minutes of it in English, you're going to notice that she understands that soul is not something software, let's say this way, but hardware. She understands soul as something materialistic, as matter. Okay, it's very interesting. But for our activity, just the first minute. Okay, so let's start. So remember, the activity consists in you hear 5 times the first minute. Okay, the first minute that this woman is going to give a lecture about the meaning of soul. So whatever that you understand, right, a word, whatever, because it will be repeated, and then you can, turn words in statements. Okay, the most important, is to write whatever that you understand. Okay, and then you try to join it in statements. First time, listen.
So what do we really talk about when we talk about soul? We use the word so much it seems we'd have a handle on it. We talk of beautiful souls, lost souls, soul food, soul mates, and yet somehow the more we talk, the greater the risk of falling into cliché. There's an easy sentimentality to the idea of someone being soulful, for instance. Or in the way my Irish mother used to forgive a rather tiresome acquaintance by saying, but she's a good soul. There's the pull letters of chicken soup for the soul territory. Soul is a soft concept. Be hard-headed about soul? You might as well try being hard-headed about puppies. Of course, lots of people have tried nonetheless. Descartes, for instance, he of I think, therefore I am, was convinced the soul was a physical entity and that it was embedded in the pineal gland, which is conveniently located right in the center of the brain.
Okay, I believe that you understood words. Now I'm going to play the second time and you try to turn some words in small statements. Second time, listen.
So what do we really talk about when we talk about soul? We use the word so much it seems we'd have a handle on it. We talk of beautiful souls, lost souls, soul food, soul mates, and yet somehow the more we talk, the greater the risk of falling into cliché. There's an easy sentimentality to the idea of someone being soulful, for instance. Or in the way my Irish mother used to forgive a rather tiresome acquaintance by saying, but she's a good soul. There's the pull letters of chicken soup for the soul territory. Soul is a soft concept. Be hard-headed about soul? You might as well try being hard-headed about puppies. Of course, lots of people have tried nonetheless. Descartes, for instance, he of I think, therefore I am, was convinced the soul was a physical entity and that it was embedded in the pineal gland, which is conveniently located right in the center of the brain.
First time, listen.
So what do we really talk about when we talk about soul? We use the word so much it seems we'd have a handle on it. We talk of beautiful souls, lost souls, soul food, soul mates, and yet somehow the more we talk, the greater the risk of falling into cliché. There's an easy sentimentality to the idea of someone being soulful, for instance. Or in the way my Irish mother used to forgive a rather tiresome acquaintance by saying, but she's a good soul. There's the pull letters of chicken soup for the soul territory. Soul is a soft concept. Be hard-headed about soul? You might as well try being hard-headed about puppies. Of course, lots of people have tried nonetheless. Descartes, for instance, he of I think, therefore I am, was convinced the soul was a physical entity and that it was embedded in the pineal gland, which is conveniently located right in the center of the brain.
Okay, before play more 2 times in a row, I would like to tell you 2 things, Barbary students. Firstly, it's not necessary that you understand every single word to understand the message at all. Sometimes you understand half of the words, but you can conclude what message was said, and you can write with your own words, and if the message is not changed, it's okay. Second, as I told before, she seems to be from East Europe. So she speaks British English, like handler, entity. She doesn't say entity. Sentimentality. She doesn't say sentimentality. So British English. Okay, so it's the second tip for you to try to complete what you had understood before. Now I'm going to play more 2 times in a row. Listen.
So what do we really talk about when we talk about soul? We use the word so much it seems we'd have a handle on it. We talk of beautiful souls, lost souls, soul food, soul mates, and yet somehow the more we talk, the greater the risk of falling into cliché. There's an easy sentimentality to the idea of someone being soulful, for instance. Or in the way my Irish mother used to forgive a rather tiresome acquaintance by saying, but she's a good soul. There's the pull letters of chicken soup for the soul territory. Soul is a soft concept. Be hard-headed about soul? You might as well try being hard-headed about puppies. Of course, lots of people have tried nonetheless. Descartes, for instance, he of I think, therefore I am, was convinced the soul was a physical entity and that it was embedded in the pineal gland, which is conveniently located right in the center of the brain. So what do we really talk about when we talk about soul? We use the word so much it seems we'd have a handle on it. We talk of beautiful souls, lost souls, soul food, soul mates, and yet somehow the more we talk, the greater the risk of falling into cliché. There's an easy sentimentality to the idea of someone being soulful, for instance. Or in the way my Irish mother used to forgive a rather tiresome acquaintance by saying, but she's a good soul. There's the pull letters of chicken soup for the soul territory. Soul is a soft concept. Be hard-headed about soul? You might as well try being hard-headed about puppies. Of course, lots of people have tried nonetheless. Descartes, for instance, he of I think, therefore I am, was convinced the soul was a physical entity and that it was embedded in the pineal gland, which is conveniently located right in the center of the brain.
Okay, so now that you heard, okay, 5 times the first minutes of the woman's lecture. So bubbling off, you're going to tell me 1 minute, whatever that you understood, and then you're going to have your minute to tell. Remember, students, that if you miss this activity, okay, the student that study in real time and miss this activity, it's your right to record the video with your practice for my evaluation. And the same is worth it to those students that migrate to the video class modality with a remote private teacher. Okay? So you're not going to know what Barbara understood. So she's going to tell enough, and later you tell me your minute about what you understood. Barbara, let me correct about something. Don't say she believed, but she believed it, because when you are reporting what you understood should be in the past. 9 is your mark. So Barbara had an excellent mark, therefore she told me off, because I want that you tell me what you really understood, okay? 1 minute for you, students. Tell me, report me what you understood the first minute of the woman's lecture. 1 minute. Okay, so now let's start the review of the vocabulary before starting the debate itself. Barbara, you have 20 seconds. Explain the words settle down. Settle down. The phrasal verb settle down, or in American pronunciation, settle down.
Settle down is when you have to calm yourself, you need to relax, then you settle down. For example, yourself, so you relax.
Yes, to settle down is to calm down. Okay, one of the meanings, because settle down can also mean when you stay permanently, okay, to any place. So in any place, I mean, so you settle down. But calm down, settle down, okay, is the same. Okay, students, now is your turn. Explain arrogant. So what does it mean, arrogant, according to the picture that you see? Students, 20 seconds. Barbara, explain the words is another phrasal verb to mess up.
To mess up is when you make something bad. For example, you're organizing a room, but something fell, and all the things that you organized fell on the floor. Then you mess up the situation.
Yeah, mess up is when you turn a place or environment dirty or disorganized. Mess up is when you fail and you cannot fix the situation, you mess up. Or mess up is when you cause emotional damage or injury to someone. So you mess somebody up when you disturb somebody emotionally. So there are these 3 possibilities of connotation. Students, now you explain what means obsessive according to the picture that you can see. What does it mean when somebody is obsessive? 20 seconds. Barbara, please read the words that you can see.
You settle down, arrogant before.
The example?
The witness swears before the judge.
Yes, to settle down, calm down, arrogant, okay? When you think that you're superior to the others. And before, it can be after, before, or when you are facing a situation or in front position. So the witness, okay, swears before the judge, okay? So Barbara, develop your answer in 1 minute. Remember, students, remember, Barbara, when you should develop an answer in 1 minute, you have to tell your opinion and your reasons. But if I don't say thank you, it means that you have to continue speaking. And to avoid being repetitive, the advice is that you tell an information that base your opinion, that base, okay, your answer. Like this, I have this opinion because once it happened to me or it happened to my family, I read an article, I watched a documentary, because in this way you broaden your speaking. Otherwise, you're going to be repetitive speaking the same thing. Right? Understood, Barbara? So, Barbara, in your opinion, how can we, so what's the best way for us to settle down before arrogant people? 1 minute.
So, in my opinion, the best way to settle down before arrogant people is just ignore what's happening. For example, there was a moment in my life where I was at the supermarket and there was a woman that was being so arrogant to the cashier, the woman from the cashier. And then I realized the situation was getting mad with the woman that was being arrogant, but I breathed in and breathed in out and tried to ignore what was happening because this kind of people, it's not worth to pick a fight or try to argue with them because they are not the type of person that will care about what you're saying and just want to be superior from what the situation that's going on. So I believe that is the way that we can handle this kind of people in the best
Thank
way.
you so much. Thank you so much. Barbara, ask your classmates that practice and watch the video class the same question with the same words engaged.
So in your opinion, what's the best way to settle down before arrogant people?
Okay, because it's and the indefinite article. An arrogant people. I mean, no, an arrogant person, arrogant people.
Arrogant.
Again, what's the best way?
What's the best way to settle down before arrogant people?
Yeah, if you say arrogant people, don't need to use, okay? It's right. You don't need to use the indefinite article. But if you individualize, what I don't advise is an arrogant, an arrogant person. But talk about people, students, 1 minute. In your opinion, what's the best way to settle down before arrogant people? 1 minute. Okay, students, the same words, the same question, 20 seconds, ask me the same question. Okay, so I'm going to tell my opinion. So there are some points about that I agree with you, by the way. I believe the best way to settle down before arrogant people is to ignore them, definitely. Try to stay away from them because it's tough. Deal with arrogant people because you're not going to achieve to change their minds. Okay, and if you don't believe in your best and you try to argue with somebody that is impossible to change your mind, you're just going to waste your energy. It's going to annoy you. On the other hand, if people curse me, something like that, so I will not allow to keep these negative feelings deep inside my chest. So I curse them back. Bárbara, the green words now reply me. reply me and tell me what you agree and disagree about what I said, just speaking the green words. Reply me.
So I believe that I agree with you in many points, including the idea of ignore and stay away from the person. That's tough to deal with it, but with the idea of cursing the person back, I believe that this will just happen if I'm really annoyed about what the person is doing. Because, as you said, I wouldn't allow this to happen to me, but if I'm in a good vibe, I would just ignore, oh, you want to curse me? Then curse, I don't care. Because, like you said, if we don't believe in our best and try to change the mind of the person, it's really tough to deal with this kind of people because they are arrogant. They don't care about your opinion. So I believe that's the best way to settle down before these people. So, for example, there's a similar situation that I went from school because there's a student that was really
Thank you so much. Later, tell about this.
okay.
Ishuda, now is your turn. Okay, the green words, speaking the green words, reply me. What do you agree about what I said, or what do you agree or disagree about what Barbara said? Speaking the green words, 1 minute. Reply me. Reply us. Okay, second question. The words are obsessed. Okay, so you see the man obsessed with the woman. Mess up. Here, mess up is portrayed on, okay, portrayed in this photograph as you get something dirty or disorganized. But mess up is also, okay, in other connotation, when you disturb somebody emotionally. Okay? So, Barbara, that's the question. 1 minute. Remember, okay? Your opinion, why, and if you need to continue, you should tell, okay, an information that you base your opinion, okay? Barbara, in your opinion, how can obsessive people mess up, okay, pretty badly with somebody's life health? I repeat, in your opinion, how can obsessive people, okay, mess up with, okay, mess up pretty badly, okay, with somebody else health, mental health? 1 minute.
So I believe that there's many ways that someone that's obsessed with another can mess up the mentality with the other person. Principally when we're talking about things that happen in a relationship as a couple. For example, if you are obsessed to the level that you need the person to be by your side all the time, and if the person tries to get out of this idea that you have, you hit this person or try or threaten this person, threaten their family. This is one of the examples that when you get someone's mind messed up because of your obsession. An example that I have, it's actually from a cartoon named Gravity Falls. That's a relationship between two characters named Stanford and Bill show this. Because one wanted him to build a portal and was saying that if he doesn't do this, would hurt him, would hurt his brother. So the man.
So much. Thank you so much. The same words, the same question. Ask your classmates that take part in our video class.
So, in your opinion, how someone that's obsessed with another can mess up?
Yeah, how can okay someone obsessed or an obsessed person
How can a obsessive person mess up with another one mentality?
Yeah, really badly,
Pretty badly, someone mental health.
mental health. Okay. So, in your opinion, how can obsessive people or someone who is obsessive can mess up? Okay, how can mess up with someone else? Okay, mental health. 1 minute for your answer, speaking the words engaged, and develop your opinion 1 minute. Go. The same words, the same question. Ask me. 20 seconds. Barbara, read all the words that you can see.
Obsessed, to mess up, lack of money, frightened, stop.
Yes, students, read the words. Lack of, when I'm talking about the absence of something. So when people don't have money, okay, what's their problem? Lack of money. Frightened, very, very, very afraid. And to stalk is a verb actually. To stalk is when people, okay, go after you with the intention to in any moment catch you. So you are stalked, okay, because someone else look after you all the time. So you feel yourself spied. So you're stalked. So my opinion, I believe that the main point that you can, okay, that someone else mental health can be messed up by someone who is obsessed is to call that person, okay, lack of confidence to live their life regularly, because for sure that person will be frightened, okay, any moment to be stalked or have the sensation that this person is looked after or spied by somebody else. So you don't have peace. People, this person, I mean, will not feel peace anymore. Barbara, with the green words, tell me what you agree and disagree about what I said. Reply me.
So I agree with your opinion about this way that obsessed people can mess up with the mental health of others, because people usually get really frightened with this idea of other people stalking them or even making things worse, like voyeurism. That's something similar. So when you have this idea of giving someone lack of privacy, it's the person that has their mental health messed up start to get paranoid, and then things just go lower and lower until the person doesn't want to get out of their home anymore. So I agree with you at this point. And sadly, these kind of things happen, especially in friendship, in this example that you gave. So someone likes you, is obsessed with you, and doesn't give you peace. So you start to get really scared and paranoid with this idea of this
Thank
person.
you so much. Thank you so much. Now it's your turn, students. Okay, with the green words, tell me what you agree or disagree about what I said, or even about what Barbara said. Reply us. 1 minute. Okay, students, one more video class has come to end. Okay, so before say goodbye, the reminders. So just reinforce what was said at the beginning of the video class. Those students, okay, that miss this activity, those students that study with us, practice the conversation with us in real time and miss this activity, okay, you don't need just to watch the video class, but practice recording, because I can evaluate, okay, and I can tell you your score just like I'm going to tell about Barbara. Oh no, Barbara. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 moments that you were hesitating and 2 moments that you were repetitive. Number of mistakes, 5. 75. With the 9 of bonus, okay, the listening performance, 84. Very good. Oh my God, I'm going to one more video, Asma. I'm going to be fail financially. Okay, so if you send me, okay, the video of yours with your practice, okay, during the moment that the video class allows you and invite you to interact, you miss nothing because you have the content, you have the practice that the video class had already provided you, and also the evaluation when you send me the video. It's also worth it for those students who migrate to the video class modality with a remote private teacher, okay? And now the study orientation. The words that you saw with photograph, you should study, visualize, interpret, practice after practice the video class itself, and handwrite the definition of the words. Why the gloss important? Because you assimilate the vocabulary through the contextualization, okay? And also, okay? And also, you gain vocabulary, because for sure, definition will provide some words that, oops, I didn't know, but now I know. Now I do it. Okay, so it's a very good idea. And of course, hear English every day. The video description, there is the link of the lecture that you heard the first minute that you can hear 5 minutes. While you brush your teeth, you comb your hair, okay, workout, but now, workout, play, and the 6th day you hear subtitled in English. That's a process of listening ability improvement and pronunciation as well. Okay? Barbara, thanks so much for your participation. Okay? You're brave people. We continue count on the prayers that Barbara, as soon as possible, can get a precise diagnosis, okay, and start effective treatment, because she was brave to record with us this video class. Okay? Thank you for your practice with us, and keep your full communication improvement to achieve your fluency and get your international certificate very soon. Okay? That's all. Until the next video class edition. Bye, everyone. Bye, Barbara.
Bye bye.
And the Christmas. Bye.